Chinese President Xi Jinping is likely to skip the forthcoming G20 summit in New Delhi as per latest information which is coming from our sources. We are getting to know that Premier Qiang is expected to represent Beijing at the September 9th to 10th meeting in the national capital. The G20 summit scheduled in India was seen as a potential opportunity for Chinese President Xi Jinping to engage with US President Joe Biden, who has already confirmed his participation. This event was considered significant as both major powers aimed to mend their relations strained by various trade and geopolitical conflicts. Russian President Vladimir Putin has already announced that he will not be traveling to New Delhi and will send Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov instead. This move comes amidst China's cartographic war. China released a new map showing Arunachal Pradesh and Aksai Chin in its territory. Joining us to talk more about this is Brian Thomas, my colleague, and we'll also be having a few experts who are going to weigh in on this bit of information that's pouring in. Brian, if you can hear me, I'd like to come to you. Well, we've just discovered that Xi Jinping is going to be skipping this event. Well, it's not a setback, but it's in fact an indication of the willingness of the Chinese premier to solve things or sort out things between India and the United States.
Yes, definitely. Chinese President Xi Jinping is anticipated to skip the upcoming G20 leader summit in India as per the information that we are getting to know from our sources according to the situation in both India and China. As reported, the sources have been reported also to Indian officials, including a diplomat stationed in China, and another official from a different G20 nation have indicated that Premier Qiang is projected to attend the New Delhi meeting on September 9th and 10th as a representative of Beijing. The G20 summit scheduled in India was seen as a potential opportunity also for Chinese President Xi Jinping to engage with US President Joe Biden, who has already, confirmed his participation. And definitely this event was considered significant as both major powers aim to mend their relations strained by various trade and geopolitical conflicts. Xi's most recent interaction with Biden also occurred during the G20 summit in Bali, Indonesia, in November of the previous year. Yes, President Vladimir Putin also has convened his decision not to attend the New Delhi summit in person, and one official also said that they are aware that Premier will come in place of Xi. And according to information also we are getting from two foreign diplomats in China and a government representative from another G20 nation, it is probable that Xi Jinping will not be able to make to the summit. Expectations of a potential meeting between Xi Jinping and Joe Biden have also been heightened by a series of events to Beijing by prominent US officials over the past few months, and also the Chinese officials also expressed that they lack knowledge regarding the specific cause behind this potential no attendance that was happening. And even though he did participate in a gathering of leaders from the BRICS consortium of significant emerging economies that happened in South Africa just last week, in a lead up to the G20 summit, a series of ministerial meetings in India also have been marked by disagreement. And Xi Jinping and Indian president also, engaged in dialogues on the fringes of the BRICS gathering in Johannesburg. Yes.
Brian, thank you for that. Former diplomat Ambassador Suresh Kumar Goyal joins us on the show. Defence expert Major Mohammad Ali Shah also with us on the program. Ambassador Goyal, a very good afternoon to you, sir. I hope you can hear me.
Very good afternoon, Stevenie. Yes, I can hear you.
So, what kind of an intent is being observed here? We understand Vladimir Putin is in the middle of a war, but Xi Jinping, missing out on this opportunity. What does this show? What kind of a seriousness does this convey?
I hope you'll forgive me if I just indulge in a bit of a detailed analysis here, Vineet. Let me go by countries who will be present over there at the meeting. India as a host. It's a clear signal from China to India that they are not interested even one bit in normalizing relations with India. The commander level talks have not generated any outcome. There was the meeting, if you look at the outcome statement from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China at BRICS, was basically painting India in a kind of a poor light for the meeting, where they were putting the responsibility on India to resolve the issues rather than admitting that they had a role to play in what actually the situation is. And they seem to suggest that we wanted the meeting while the truth is entirely different. So clearly they are not coming to Delhi indicates that they are quite content with the situation being what it is, no need for the normalization. That means they are putting more pressure on India, combined with the military preparations in Ladakh, sorry, not Ladakh, Siachen. I think I would really be more wary of China and be careful in terms of our defense posture and our defense preparedness. Number one. USA, why should they want to come to Delhi when the commerce minister, trade minister from USA has just gone to China and has clearly said that China is uninvestable. So obviously the situation again between the USA and China, there is no hope for any major change by coming to Delhi meeting. Putin is not going to be here. South, the meeting with African countries has taken place just recently in Johannesburg. So clearly Xi Jinping does not see anything to gain by coming to Delhi for the G20 summit. As far as the outcome document or G20 statement is concerned, he doesn't need to be there to declare it. The Prime Minister is here. He will take care of it. Therefore, my sense is that relations between India and China, I see further deterioration, or at least not improving at all anytime soon. Similarly, the things between the USA and China being what they are at the moment, no improvement. The rest is really normal. No problem at all as far as China is concerned. Vineet.
Absolutely, sir. You're bang on the money. Mohammad Ali Shah, what do you make of this? Ambassador Goel has a very potent point that, if the Chinese are shying away from, looking us into our eyes and talking about things that need to be hashed out, there is something up their sleeve.
100%. I totally concur with Ambassador Goel, and he gave out a brilliant, in-depth point on crisp analysis, in fact. Vineet, China has been repeatedly doing this. They try to mess around, they try to provoke it. North Korea, we were just talking about North Korea, how they have a defined move for the US by testing. Similarly, China will do that. They will continue renaming. Look at the Senkaku Islands, Japan Island. They've been continuously doing that, but it doesn't make any difference. They have in a new map of China. They have claimed part of Siachen and Arunachal as part of theirs fakely, which is it's laughable actually. Now that's incidentally just before the G20 summit, and in fact on September 9th and 10th, Xi Jinping would not be coming to Delhi. I've been told that's what we're going to hear. In fact, there are two Indian officials, one diplomat which is based in China, and one official working for the government of another G20 country. They said Premier Li Qiang is expected to represent Beijing. In fact, and Xi Jinping would not be coming. Rather, the spokesperson of the Indian and Chinese foreign ministry, they did not respond to a lot of queries. They did not comment on it. So it should have come from there. But now China's intention is very, very clear. They want to mess around. They want to provocate a war. They want to bully around. They want to show their dadagiri to the world. But again, to give them a befitting reply, we also have the formation of Quad in place. The America, Australia, Japan and India. India being a strategic partner, being the neighbor of China, we will not allow China to mess. And in fact, we should not get provoked by it. I would say this. We should take it lying down coolly with a pinch of salt, like a joke. They lose credibility. They're trying to provoke us. In fact, rather a better reply would be when we do not get provoked. We let the dogs bark, let the bees sting, let them do what they want. Their silly concept, Chinese, let them go ahead with it. We should not get provoked with it, but we know the truth. The world knows the truth. The world knows what China does repeatedly. Their failed attempt, I would say, just like how a week back was a failed attempt of North Korea's testing into the orbit. Similarly, a failed attempt by China, I would say, and I think better luck next time. This thing will not work. 19 rounds of military talks with them on the border, co-commander level talks.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.